We weren't ready to flow, but that's how it goes sometimes when you're alpha flowing.
Because when you're when you're always
That's
flowing,
right.
you can
Well,
just
that's
hit
that's the whole
record
point of
and
alpha flow, right? Is that you're ready to pounce because you've been in alpha flow.
voiced. Yes, but the alpha state is a relaxed alertness, and I am not
Well,
relaxed.
as long as you're alert.
I am
Can I
alert
just ask
for sure.
and I apologize to anyone who's just listening to this, even though if you're just listening to this, I would like to say it takes me a long time to edit the video. So to reward that effort, could you watch the video on YouTube or Spotify? Um, I just want to request that of anybody who's just listening on the podcast. It's a better experience. But anyway, the reason I wanted to point that out was, are they two naked ladies on the hat you're wearing? What is that?
No, this is Kappa brand,
Okay,
so
I
it's a
wasn't
man
sure
and a
if
woman.
that was Kappa. The 3000 through me.
Yes. Well, because it's Gumball
You're speaking a language I don't know.
What? How are we friends and we have not discussed Gumball
You tell me.
3000?
You're the one who knows it. You've been withholding it from me.
It's only like the coolest car rally that happens all over the world. And it's like 100 grand to enter your supercar, although you'll see all different things entered and they do different rallies from like Ibiza to I don't even know where. And I just wanted to say Ibiza because I got in trouble for saying Ibiza the other day. Like I wasn't the cool person. But yeah, look up Gumball 3000. They have in the past had rallies in the US. But if you want to see some sick cars all wrapped, um, crazy stuff that they do, like the cops, a lot of the cops on the roads will kind of let things fly. Other people get pulled over. Other people literally like will blow their engine up in their Ferrari, their Porsche or whatever, and then there's just three other cars waiting. Um, it's pretty cool. Gumball 3000. I would love to attend
I
one of the rallies
I
at
do
one of
have
the
to say,
checkpoints.
that sounds cool, but it's a shit
What?
name. Yeah.
The Gumball 3000.
I
What
don't
would
know,
you
something
name it?
sexy. You've got all those sexy cars. Gumball. This sounds like some nerd event. Oh, it's Gumball 3000. A bunch of people show up dressed up as knights. Protect the Gumball. You know what I mean?
I think once you start looking into it though, it's just like it's
That's
so
what I mean. The
sexy
name
and
doesn't
so
match it.
cool. It could be called poop on a stick and it would still be sexy, but you have to see it in order to I'm shocked. I'm literally shocked that but you're welcome and I've now
Yeah, I
expanded
mean,
your
you learn. This
world
is educational. You
and
learn something every day.
what's your
Future
hat
is
say?
bright. Future looks bright.
Oh,
Patrick Bet
future looks
David,
bright.
Valutainment.
That's a
Yeah.
cool hat. All right. I like it. We're both rocking the hats tonight. We're both rocking the what was the word that's an entrepreneur that's in the
Entrepreneur.
corporate world? Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We're rocking the entrepreneur
Living
life.
it and dressing like it.
We're living. I went from really nice work clothes today to having to go to my my car and get my gym bag and change into work clothes. Then I came home and threw this on and I had organized my life on my time block. So I did that and here we are. And as you can see, I'm at the beach house.
I'm
Where are you?
hiding in my bedroom while the kids are out there causing havoc.
No more
Yeah, I
is
can
office
that.
space
That's done now.
kaput for you now?
So this is. I wish you could see.
Okay.
I've got when I was setting it up, and was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I've got all these like huge lights up. My whole studio's up in here.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get some like colored light for
Nice.
behind me, and I wish I could get rid of this door
Yes.
thing. But other than that, I like the
Yes.
set. Feels good.
I like good. All right. Feels good, looks good. Um, I don't like my set, but that's okay
Yeah,
because
but
we just roll
it
with
tells the
what we've got.
story. Like the audience knows where Tara is, what kind of mental state she's in, and
I did just see an awesome sunset, and I did like circadian rhythm. It's real. We talk about it on here. I'm literally when I'm down here on the beach for
are
the
you barefoot?
sunrise, pretty much. That's so funny. My son took his shoes off the other day, and when it was cold, he wanted. I'm like, all right, go for it. I have
You're
not
missing
been
a trick
going on
there. You can get some
barefoot.
grounding in, so you're getting two for one.
You're right. You're right. Okay.
Yeah,
You're right. Well, noted. And then from the apartment, although I've been getting home much after the sunset, like today I came home
it's
a bit
hard
early
now.
and
Yeah.
worked from here. The sun I am can barely keep my eyes open come 9 p.m. and then I'm wide awake
Welcome
at
to my
5
world.
a.m.
We welcome you.
Well, and I had trouble sleeping last night and I didn't fall asleep till like 12:30 in the morning and I was exhausted waking up at 6:45 today. I was like, I want to go back to
Yeah,
my circadian rhythm time. So it's pretty cool seeing the sunset and the sunrise. Really,
locks you in.
it's
Yeah.
it's magic. Yep,
All right.
cool.
Power of commitment. This was your idea, so I don't know what you've got planned.
Yes. So I like when we talk about things that are coming up that have come up in life, that come up in normal conversation, and then anything I'm kind of getting more in my coaching world, right? Or that you're getting from coaching clients. So a couple weeks ago, coaching one of the agents, she's doing 30 million plus and she's on a team. She's just killing it. Um, but like a lot of agents, right? We get to the end of the year or a lot of salespeople and we're like, holy shit, had a great year. Like, how am I going to do this again? Right. And that happens when you don't really have systems in place. You have things that work, but a lot of it's just that flying by the
Yeah.
seat of your pants and things kind of falling out of the sky. And when I use the word commitment, like it was really impacting her. So now we call it the C word. And it's just so funny thinking about we have the C word and the P word because what ended up coaching was the word commitment was feeling like a lot of pressure and not pressure that anyone else was putting on her from the outside. It was really her own internal pressure. So I started thinking about the word commitment. So that's story number one. Story number two is another agent that I'm coaching who we've done time blocking and different lead generation strategies, and he's super good at taking action on his homework items. And I would say he is a committed person, but like all of us, the next week comes and things just don't get done, and time blocks get moved, or just they're there and they're skipped. And he decided to do 75 hard,
Yep.
which is the 75 days, no alcohol, 10 pages, 2 workouts a day. You know what it is. So when I said to him, and now he was going to be doing a 10K or something. He wasn't time blocking it. He wasn't really training for it. And he wanted to do it, but it was just kind of going week to week. So I said, what do you need around accountability? And he's like, nothing. He's like, I've already made up my mind. Like, I don't need accountability. I'm just doing it. Like, he is truly committed to it. So I was coaching him today and he was saying how he's going to circle prospect 3 or 4 days a week. He's not really sure. It should be 4, it should be 3. I said, well, are you doing 75 hard 3 or 4 days a week? And or 7 days a week. He's like, no, 7 days a week. I'm like, okay. So we need to take the same commitment and decision that is happening no matter what. Um, so those were kind of two happening now stories. And then I had a personal story. We're just getting all the stories out. I was just thinking about divorce and marriage and
Hell, we both know
um
so well.
even we both know so well, and I have a that stems from back in childhood. that fight or flight. So, like, if I get backed into a corner, I am gonna definitely come out fighting. And if I am like exhausted or just like I don't want to fight because I am not the best version of me, the flight comes in. So, this like option to just leave, which can be very healthy, especially if you're in a dangerous or unhealthy situation. Um, but when that becomes part of your how your nervous system copes with things, I am being way more observant of like every bone and ounce in my body wants to just leave, but then working on being rational about, well, I made a commitment to be here. And am I leaving because I need to for like physical safety or for whatever it might be, or is it just like my reaction, right? And really now at this point, I'm in safe environments. There's no bad environment. Um, Having to really force physical reaction in my body, like to keep my commitment to staying. And that's a much bigger conversation. And I think when we should have options, and we do need to be able to decide what the right things are for us, but I think myself included, we make it too easy. We give ourselves too many outs when it comes to commitments.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think for our audience, it's a conversation of wherever you and I talk about this a lot. Wherever you make commitments in your life, what are you actually still committed to, and maybe you need to recommit to, and what are things that you may have committed to that it's time to let go of, like you just aren't committed to them, and you don't want to be committed to them. And the things that fall in that category, permission to let them go. But the things that you are committed to, and that's doing it when it's hard, that's doing it when like maybe every cell in your body is screaming to do your typical response. Um and really like deciding. And it does bring a freedom. Commitment does not bind you. It does bring a freedom to make decisions easier and like just accomplish what you say you're going to do and what you want to do and what your true intentions are.
Yeah, and a lot of it comes down to the why, and we talked about this on the last episode. Um, and I wasn't even going to bring this up, but you shared some kind of stories, coaching successes and stuff, and I have this one client right now who is just he, she, they, them. I don't like to give away the who the person is, but they have like blown me away with their commitment to the protocols and the program that I've put for them. And, you know, I'm not even that strict with my adherence. When I have my protocols from my practitioner, I was pretty strict with it. But, after a few months, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll start having a drink now and, whatever. This person is like really, really going all in. And it's nothing to do with me. They've committed to themselves that I've tried all of these things to accomplish my goals and nothing's worked. And they've already seen, incredible success, losing, I don't like to give numbers away, but like 5%, almost 5% of their body weight in 2 weeks, just
Oh,
from removing foods
wow.
that we've found from lab tests were making them, they were sensitive to. Haven't even started all the supplementation and everything yet. But they were sharing with me, they've started going to the farm I go to, getting all their food there, like going organic for everything else. It was just like it, and then I'm hearing the kids are loving the food too, so it's like got this knock on effect. And I almost cried afterwards, just pure proudness of this person just committing to something and going all in on it. But I think it goes back to the why. They've tried everything else. This is kind of
Hmm.
the last attempt to try to achieve their goals, and
Hmm.
because of that why, they're motivated to that commitment.
Yeah. And it sounds like something that this agent with the 75 hard was saying, or if we think about ourselves, you're not putting the cause on the coach, right? It's not like your accountability, your support of him, I'm sure is helping him, but he didn't put it on you to make him be committed. Like he made it the decision to commit to it, whether you're calling him every day and checking in on him or not. That's what it
Yeah, I mean,
sounds like.
uh, we hadn't had much communication between our bi-weekly coaching sessions, so I wasn't sure what was happening, and we caught up going through our last session. I was blown away.
So there we have an opportunity to talk about an I am statement. So like I am committed, or I am committed to the things that I say I'm going to do. I am committed to things even when it's hard or whatever it might. I'm committed to this program. I'm committed to whatever it might be. Committed to my wife, my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. Um, what are the things that a committed person does? Like, what are those behaviors?
Well, I
And
was going to
then,
say
yeah.
it's kind of there's levels to this, right? Are you
Hmm.
actually committed? You might say you are. Like, how do we validate a commitment? To your point, like, what does a committed person do?
Yeah. Is that a
Yeah,
live
it was. I was
question?
throwing that to you,
I,
but it's
yeah. To me, the biggest thing that comes to my mind is you do the thing when it's even when it's not easy, when it's not convenient, when it doesn't maybe feel good. You can equate that to working out, you can equate that to how you're eating, you can equate that to how you're treating someone, how you speak, how you communicate. We all have been in situations where we're really nice people, we have an interaction with someone else that maybe is having a tough day, and we choose to treat them with
yeah,
kindness because we're committed to spreading, love and kindness in the world. And maybe it's the next day and we just had a bad experience, and that same person, we end up giving them the bird, or flipping them off. I wasn't, we came, we saw, we loved, Veni Vidi Amavi. I will ask myself, am I coming from love? My commitment is to live my life in and through love. Does it mean that I'm perfect at that? Absolutely not. But there's moments of like, was that coming from love? No, it wasn't. And either I need to go back and correct it, or if I don't have that opportunity, how do I make a different and better supporting decision that supports my behavior,
yeah,
my commitment. So when things are easy, it's easy to be committed.
true.
When something is new and exciting and you're getting wins from it, this person has experienced a 5% um weight total body weight loss. That keeps you going, right? But when you hit those plateaus and you're not seeing results, or you're not getting those little wins, that's where the commitment comes in. And that's not motivation and willpower. That is sheer, I made a decision. I am a committed person. I am going to do what I say I am
Yeah,
going to do.
I thought straight away to the marathon there. Just all those shitty runs I had to go on that sucked. Like I'm never going to be able to do this. And then,
But every morning
well,
you
let's
made a
not say every
decision.
morning. It was only a few times a week.
Okay. Every training time you made a decision.
Yeah,
And the decision was either supporting your commitment or moving you away from that
yeah,
commitment.
very true.
A challenge becomes is when someone makes a decision to move away from the commitment. There's a lot of people that just they one time and then they just throw the whole thing out, right? Instead of
Yeah,
just resetting next opportunity.
yeah. I'm just trying. A thought came to my mind there, and this might sound ridiculous because I haven't. It's the first time I've said it out loud. But
Hmm.
can you be committed to something you don't want, or do you have to want what you're committed to?
I think you could be committed to something that you don't want. Do I know that you're going to be successful in it? It's going to
Yeah,
be it's going to be hard if What would be an example of that? Like
But yeah, I
committed to
mean, I guess
something
it's
that you
kind of a
don't
stupid question
want.
because a lot of people don't want to do their jobs, but they're committed to doing it.
Right.
So
Because they
yeah,
get a desired outcome, right? They get a paycheck, or you're committed to, maybe you hate broccoli, and for some reason you have to eat broccoli now. You don't like eating broccoli, but you're committed to how that makes you feel by
yeah,
eating broccoli. And then you'd be surprised at how much you can go from hating broccoli to loving
there's
broccoli.
zero chance. It only ever goes one way.
Ah.
So it's interesting. For our listeners, and we may have talked about this, we used created a GPT based on our first 20 episodes, whole transcripts of all our shows.
Mm,
So in preparation for
mhm.
this, I went back and asked it and said, what did me and Tara commit to in 2025? And I think
Oh,
it's
no.
when this comes out, it'll be around a year since the first episode. First episode was in November, I think,
Yeah.
right after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So, and I,
Yes.
I think even funny enough, one of our most listened episodes on Spotify, at least, and podcast world, YouTube, it's another one, but it was about the new year. So I definitely want to do another, 2026 thing. Although this is kind of a prelude to that. Um, but that's I think is something people really really relate to. But so what it said, uh, first was me. It said 25 was about doubling down on the right things, coaching,
Mm,
podcasting. I don't know what service. It says service. And being a commitment to being deliberate, cutting out fluff, being intentional with time. Um, yeah, that's what it says for me. Then for you, see if this sounds like how your year's gone. Committed to not coasting through the end of the year, which we kind of, I didn't get what it was saying with that, but focused on alignment over obligation, ditching autopilot goals and
mm,
making space for what actually matters now.
mhm. I've had to do that, like, by down to the hours in
Yeah.
my week, and really be highlighted as like, I am not getting enough time in this priority, so I've got to shift that. Um, it's very interesting that you bring that up because we have some amazing content that we are going to get out into the hands of the public. This would be very easy for both of us to say, you know what, too much going on, and we have shifted a lot of our recording, but we
Yeah.
never don't do it. We Neither one of us has called each other and said it's just too much right now. Let's take a break. Like, we are committed to this, and I think, if I'm really honest, I'm more committed to you than I am even to this. Like, my I'm committed to Alpha Flow and to this podcast, but my bigger commitment is to you and showing up the way that I said I would show up. So, like, to me, it's like not
You
even
know,
an
this
option to do
this kind of
anything
feels
other than
like
that.
when the mother of your child tells you that she loves you more than she loves your child. I'm like, no, you're supposed to love the podcast more.
We're not talking about love, talking about commitment, which is love, right? Like, to me, love is where you spend your time, right? And it should be, if you look at your calendar and you look at the things that you do and the people that are you're around, that should represent the loves in your life. The people, the hobbies, the self-care, the job or the career or whatever it is. And we've talked, like, you don't have to love your job, but what it does for you, and really looking at that. And if you look at your calendar and the people that you love aren't represented on that calendar, and the things that you love about life aren't represented in that calendar, then, like, there's a major shakeup that's
Yeah.
needed. Um, and I am no joke. I'm a big believer in white space, in time blocking, but I am I am in 3 different places per week. That's just where I'm even sleeping. So I have to be so specific about what I'm doing where I'm leaving from, what time is it gonna get me there, because I am committed to seeing the people that I love and care about, the
Yeah.
people that I'm doing this for. And I had a total reframe on the commitment that I made to having a space that's closer to where I'm working so that I can do more at nighttime when I'm down here and not do 3 hours of commuting so I can put that in working and self-care. But I was mentioned I was feeling lonely. And by the way, Freddie T was like, "T, I love you. You know, I heard your episode where you were like feeling lonely and if I was your bosses, maybe I would be like, oh snap, is she gonna leave?" And I loved him for calling me and being like, "I'm worried, sis, I love you." And I was like, "Oh crap, I don't want to stress anyone out." I actually took that little clip down, walked into my office because I was like, "All right, I don't want my bosses to see it," even though we have a very open conversation. He looked at me, he goes,
Ah,
"So you feeling lonely?" I was like, "Damn it." But my reframe was for the times that I'm not around my mom, my son, Ben, the kids, I'm going to be poured all into doing what I'm doing in my career and helping people and getting out on the beach for the walks and getting to the gym and actually enjoying this one-on-one time instead of feeling like lonely and like did I am I doing something against what my goals are? Like no, I'm recommitted when I'm in this space versus when I'm at Ben's house or even when I'm at my own home. It's like it's a commitment in each
yeah.
different environment,
Yeah.
if that
Yeah, and
makes any
it's funny.
sense.
The It's been my theme, and I think it may have been the last episode we talked about it again. Just I, the way I frame everything now is not, I'm not committed to the task. I'm committed to the outcome. It's like I don't feel committed
Yeah.
to do the podcast. I'm committed to the outcome of what happens from doing the podcast. Little things like that, like
Mm.
it gives, and it's amazing how many people in my life, at least, know things about me just from this, because I don't have time to
Yeah.
reach out as much as I should or could, and or whatever. And you know, and I always say it's funny. I don't like talking about myself, but I'm quite comfortable and happy to do it on a podcast. Um, yeah, and I know the benefits for you, for your coaching that this brings. So like, I'm committed to those things. I'm not committed to the act of doing the podcast, and that's what makes it that much easier to like it's the end of a Mondays. Monday's always draining, but here we are doing it.
Hmm.
That's just because of what the podcast brings.
Yes. Yes. And that ability to move into an alpha flow type state, even after a demanding day, is something that you and I have been training ourselves on
Yeah.
for mental resilience for a very, very long time. Um, so I was excited tonight. There was part of me was like, I always texted you like, "Are we still on?" Like, "Oh, maybe he doesn't want to do it. That'll be fine. Like, I'll just chill out." But at the same time, I was excited. I'm excited to get on, right? And that's how you know you're committed to the right things when you get energy, even
Yeah.
when you're not energized.